Hey everybody, well we're back here today and we're going to start working on this beautifuful 70 Mustang that I showed you guys yesterday. And as I said last night, or when I made the last video, I got everything laid out on the table. So we'll go through and we'll look at everything, we'll make sure everything's here, make sure we got everything we need, and we should be good to go. So let's take a look at what's on the table and then we'll get started on taking this thing apart. You guys ready? Let's go. All right, let's get a closer look at what we got on the table. So like I said last night, this is the very complete kit, and I don't think I did a very good job of showing you guys this, so I'll show you again. So this is Classic Services Restoration Parts. There's their phone number, and there's their website, I guess, and even their email address. So there's everything you need from them, and this is the number of the kit that we bought. Apparently they revised it a few times. Like I said, this is a complete list of all the parts that should come with the kit. So let's go through and look at everything here. This is a very, very complete kit. I'm very impressed with it so far. And I'll tell you why when we go through here. So of course we got your dust shields for the calipers. I mean for the brake discs. And it looks to me like all this stuff, like these and that, and the brake pedal, and all this, probably these here and the calipers as well. I'm not sure, but it looks to me like everything's been powder coated, which to me is very impressive. It's very cool. It's going to make it last a long time. So it looks like it's really good quality. They like to put their names on stuff. And another thing I like to do is you want to check. That says left. That one says right. You want to make sure you get one of each. If you get two lefts or two rights, you need to call them right away and let them know. We got a whole bunch of brake lines here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them here and 2 more there. These are the ones that go to the calipers. These are the ones that have to do with installing the master cylinder and replumbing everything, and also installing the proportioning valve, the adjustable proportioning valve. And we've got the proportioning valve itself, which is made out of aluminum, very nice looking, got their name on it. And this is the bracket that it bolts to, and this bracket bolts to the master, or the booster. I believe it bolts to the bottom down here somewhere, I believe. So that's where that goes. And then we've got all this hardware. We got everything we need to mount the brakes to the spindles, and we've got. They even gave me new brackets to mount these lines with, because you know this car is 1970. It's what 30, 55 years old. So you know this. This stuff might be broken or rusted or whatever. They give you all brand new stuff, brand new mounting hardware, brand new clips, all that. Give you dust caps. It would have been really cool if they'd have chromed these, because back in the day, if you guys remember, if you didn't have any money and you wanted your car to look nicer, you would buy some like cheap slot mags or something, and you'd put chrome caps on the front to make it look good. So we used to buy those. They're just coated. They're not chromed, but no big deal. They even give you Loctite, red and blue Loctite there. And as I said last night, here's a tub of high temperature grease. And if you do this yourself and you don't have enough grease, you want to use high temperature grease, EP grease, I should say. EP stands for extreme pressure. So you're carrying the weight of the car on them bearings, so you want to use extreme pressure grease. Got a set of seals, grease seals. You got your outer your inner bearings, your outer bearings. Set of 4 disc pads here. These are, it looks to me like they're and they feel like they are semi-metallics. Semi-metallics are very good. The only downside to a semi-metallic is they tend to wear the rotors a little faster, but they put them on cars for years and years and years before they came out with the ceramic stuff, and they work really well. They got great stopping power. They don't fade out nearly as bad as the organic pads used to. So those are really good. And as I showed you last night, we got 2 4-disc piston calipers, or four piston calipers, not 4 disc, 4 piston calipers, and they gave us copper washers here and gave us more of them over here. So we got plenty of copper washers. Not going to run out of those. And these are the brackets that the calipers will bolt to. So, and again, R for right, and R for left. R for right, L for left. So you want to make sure you put those on the right side. And by the way, if you don't understand how that works, if you're not experienced at this, when you're working on a car and you see left and right like that, left and right is as if you're sitting in the driver's seat and you're facing forward. So in other words, if I'll just go back here so to make sure you guys clearly understand this for you beginners. So if I'm sitting, there's a steering wheel. If I'm sitting in the driver's seat and I'm facing forward, then obviously the left of the car is over here, the right of the car is over there. So anything you see left and right, this is the left side, that's the right side. Some people want to face the car standing in front of it and say, okay, well, left is over there, right's over there. No, 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 no. Left and right, anytime you're working with a car, left and right is always as if you're sitting in the driver's seat. This side's the left, that side's right. So just something to help you guys out if you need to know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you already know it. It's cool. No big deal. And then we've got this really nice brake pedal, which I showed you guys last night. It's even got a disc brake pad on it. Very nice looking. Nice trim on it. And again, this thing's been, I can tell this has been powder coated. It's really good. Heavy, thick steel. It's going to last a long time. It's not going to give way. And we've got a 8-inch booster along with the master cylinder. The first thing I'm going to do before I even start on this kit at all, I'm going to take this master cylinder off and I'm going to paint it with that paint that did not come with the kit, but I'm going to paint it black so it matches everything else. But if you're going to do this and you want to paint this, you need to paint this at the very beginning so it has plenty of time to dry so you don't mess it up trying to put it on. So because I'm not going to do this, I probably won't put this on until later tonight or even tomorrow. So I'll let it dry for a while and let the paint get good and dry on it before I mess with it. Down there we got a pair of rotors, and they don't matter which side they go on. They can go on left or right, doesn't matter. This is a bleeder kit that you can use to bleed the master cylinder with, bench bleed it. It's really cool that they provide this for you. I will bench bleed this one, and if you're not familiar with how to bench bleed a master cylinder, I'll do it and I'll show you how to do it with that kit. Another thing that impresses me about this kit is all these bolts. If you know what that means, there's 6 marks on that. Anytime you want to figure out the grade of a bolt, you take whatever marks on it and you multiply it times 2, or you add 2 to it, I'm sorry. So if it has no marks on it, it's a grade 2. If it has 3 marks on it, it's a grade 5. If it has 6 marks on it, it's a grade 8. Grade 8 is the strongest bolt. Well, I think there's grade 10 now, but for most automotive applications, grade 8 is the strongest bolt you'll see on a car. And these are all grade 8 fasteners. So they're going to last a long time. They're very strong. These here they're not marked with the marks, but they have six indentations in them. So they are grade 8 bolts as well. Very strong, very good quality. So that's the whole kit right there. Like I said, it seems complete. We've also got, they even gave us a rubber hose to go from the booster to the engine. I got to figure out where to hook that up. We got mounting bolts to mount the booster to the firewall. And this little doodad here, you guys might be wondering what that is. That goes right here. And that's a little bushing to put in there so you're not metal on metal when it comes to your brake pedal being there. So that's what that's for. And then we've got other, these are plugs that you can use to plug the master cylinder with and bleed it through internally. But I'm not going to do that. I'll use this method because this method here I like because you can actually see the air coming out of the system and you know when it's all gone. So I like that system a lot better. Okay, so anyhow, we've got all this done. We've gone through, looked at everything. It's a very complete kit. I'm very happy with it. So the next thing to do is start tearing the car apart. So I'm going to raise it up. I'll pull off the tires and I'll go through one side with you guys and show you how to take it apart. And then I'll stop the video and I'll do the other side. I'll get everything torn apart. You don't need to watch me do it twice. So, and we'll just go through and we'll talk about everything and what to do and what not to do. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell you guys. I don't think so. I think that's about it. So, If I think of something else, I'll put it in my next video. No big deal. All right. So anyhow, that's just a short video on going through the kit. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. I remember what I want to tell you now. So the reason I recommend doing this is for two reasons. Two reasons why I recommend laying this stuff out on a table where you can see it. The first reason is you know you're done when all the parts are gone, okay? So if you got stuff left, you got clips or brackets or bolts, you know, little small things you might have forgotten to put in there. If they're still on the table, you haven't put them in yet. So it's a good idea, especially if you're not experienced, to lay all this stuff out. And that way, when the table's empty, you know you've put everything in place, you put every bolt where it's supposed to be, you put every clip where it's supposed to be. And then of course, when you're done, you want to go back and double check all your fittings, all your bolts, double check all your tightnesses, make sure everything's good. And because you don't want, I mean, you're talking about safety here. You know, if you put this on wrong, you forget to tighten up some bolts, you forget to tighten up some brake lines, you could wreck your car and destroy it. So you don't want to do that. You want to, when you're done, you want to go through and double check everything, make sure everything's good. You know, it's always better to check everything 2-3 times, especially if you're inexperienced. Double check yourself, triple check yourself, quadruple check yourself until you're satisfied that it's done right. The other reason you want to do this is because I just got this kit. If something is missing, I can immediately call them and say, hey, I'm missing this bracket, hey, I'm missing this hose, I'm missing whatever. And they can get it in the mail to me, hopefully today or tomorrow, and I'll get it very quickly so I can go ahead and finish the car. So if you don't do this and you're just pulling parts off and then you get halfway through the brake job and you realize, oh crap, I'm missing a part, well now your car's half torn apart, half put back together, and you're missing a part you don't have, and you gotta wait 2 or 3 days or a week if you send it USPS, or maybe 2 weeks if you send it USPS, to get the part. So it's always a good idea to do this first, go through, double check everything, make sure you got everything you need. That way if you don't have something, you can call them immediately and say, hey look, I'm missing this part, please send it to me right away. And hopefully by the time you get through with most of what you're doing, the part will either be there or it'll be there shortly after, and you can have everything done except that one part you're missing, and you can install that part and you're done. So just a couple of reasons why I like to do this. Just makes everything handy, makes everything simple. And plus, I know right where everything's at. I can just go and grab it right off the table. I'm not digging through a box trying to find stuff, okay? Hope you guys like this. If I can help you out, if you have any questions about this system, obviously this applies to any car that you're switching from drum brakes to disc brakes. It doesn't matter if it's a Mustang like this beautiful car is, or it's a Camaro like my brother has, or whatever you own. If it's an older car, it's got drum brakes on it, and you want to switch it over to disc, this is basically going to work for anybody, okay? So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.